The mark of the beast, a phrase that has sparked fear for centuries. They told you it was a curse, a sign of damnation, a pact with darkness. But what if I told you that the truth is the complete opposite? The mark of the beast is the badge of mastery, not slavery. This is the truth they never wanted you to know. The beast is not some external devil. The beast is the biological vehicle. It is the flesh, the instincts, the karmic avatar, the animal vessel we incarnate into. This so-called mark is not a curse. It's the seal, the one who has fully mastered the beast. It means I no longer serve the flesh. I command it. Welcome back to my channel. This is Anastasia. In today's video, we are delving into the concept of the mark of the beast. Now, if you scour the internet, you will most likely not commonly come across this interpretation because this teaching is an oral transmission. This is why the pharaoh wore the uraeus, the crowned serpent, the cobra placed over the ajna, the third eye. It symbolized that the serpent fire had risen from the root, up the spine, through the throat, through the veil, and crowned at the ajna, the seat of divine vision, command, and sovereignty. Here's what happens energetically. The life force, your sexual energy, rises up the central channel. The primal serpent no longer coils at the lower chakras, the lower centers. Survival, desire, power. It pierces the throat, the at, the abyss, the veil where the false I dissolves, and it anchors at the ajna, the seat of clear sight, divine command, and non-dual awareness. At this point, you are no longer driven by karmic loops. You are no longer inside the beast, the karmic wheel. You ride it. This process isn't just symbolic. It maps perfectly across many occult systems. Whether you look at the Vedic lokas, the tree of life, or the cosmic archetypes of astrology, etc. Let's talk about the lokas for a moment. In Vedic cosmology, there are planes of consciousness called the 7 lokas. Most humans are caught primarily in the lower spheres, the realms of survival, desire, karmic entanglement. But when one crosses the inner threshold, when the serpent rises beyond the throat, the consciousness begins to stabilize within the higher realms. This is the realm of Jnana Loka, the realm of pure divine mind, gnosis, wisdom beyond thought. After Jnana Loka, you move into Siddha Loka, the realm of mastery, where the perfected ones reside. This isn't a place out there. It's a state of internal being, an embodied frequency where karmic bondage no longer operates. And here's where Saturn comes in. Saturn is the keeper of thresholds, the gatekeeper of the abyss. In Kabbalah, Saturn rules the sphere of Binah, the sphere of divine understanding, of form, structure, limitation, but also liberation through the mastery of limitation. Crossing the throat, the at, the abyss, into the ajna, the seat of command, mirrors the crossing into Binah, Saturn's temple. Most fear Saturn because it represents karma, discipline, pressure, and boundaries. But once you master Saturn, master the beast body, Saturn becomes the foundation of your throne. This is why the pharaoh wore the serpent on the crown. Mastery over the serpent is mastery over Saturn, time, matter, form, death. This isn't just esoteric language, it's neurobiology. The beast lives within the lower nervous system, the sympathetic nervous system, tied to fight or flight, survival, domination. The primal brainstem, the limbic centers that drive hunger, sex, fear, and power seeking. When the life force rises, it reorganizes the nervous system. The energy uncoils from the lower centers. It passes through the throat, the vagus nerve highway, releasing identity, attachment, fear-based expression, and compulsive patterning. As it anchors in the ajna, the prefrontal cortex, the seat of the metacognition, higher vision, and unified awareness, becomes the dominant command center. Once an individual reaches this sphere of internal awareness, the beast no longer runs the show. The higher mind does. This is not bypassing the body, it's the opposite. It's turning the beast into the temple, the vehicle, the sacred throne. The mark of the beast is an auric signature of somebody whose nervous system, mind, soul are fully integrated, which is said to be able to be seen by those that are psychically sensitive. Either mark on the forehead between right here or upon the hand. No longer a slave to the flesh, but fully souvenir within it. Whether you call it the crossing into Binah in Kabbalah, the stabilization of Janaloka and Siddhaloka in Vedic mysticism, or simply the mastery of Saturn, it all points to the same gnosis. The serpent has risen, the beast has been mastered, the divine now commands form. This is the real ascension, not escape from the body, but enthronement within it. There has been a large societal inversion, and it is the great cosmic joke. The priesthoods, the churches, the institutions of control, they inverted the teaching. They told you that the mark of the beast was a curse, a damnation. Why? Because if the masses ever realized the truth that the mark is a sign of sovereignty, of self-liberation, of divine mastery over the flesh, then their control grid collapses. This is why only the pharaoh wore the crowned serpent, because only those who have crossed the threshold, those who have mastered the flesh and risen beyond duality, were recognized as the living bridge between heaven and earth. They had the right to rule, the souvenir, the realized one. The mark of the beast is a etheric signature of one who has risen above the animal matrix, but remains souvenir within it. It is not slavery to the beast, it is mastery of it. It is the mark of one who commands the serpent, who rides time, space, flesh, and death as a souvenir soul, the one who is in the world but no longer governed by its laws. They command the serpent, they wear the beast as a vehicle, not as their master. For the majority of people, the serpent governs them. It drives their desire, fear, survival instincts, and emotional reactivity. It keeps the soul bound to the karmic wheel, ruled by laws and cause and effect. But for the pharaoh, the true initiate, They had risen above this. The serpent no longer climbed, it was stationed, crowned, commanding. The serpent then becomes the dragon. They had gone beyond lust, beyond greed, beyond ambition, beyond even the need for approval or survival. They were no longer ruled by the beast within, and so they were seen as the ones fit to rule others. Because someone that is still ruled by their own emotions, their desires, their fears, cannot govern justly. They are easily corrupted by praise, by threats, by greed, or by their own ego. But the one who wears the mark, the serpent crown, cannot be bribed, cannot be threatened, cannot be seduced by flattery, because there is nothing left inside them to manipulate. They see reality as it is, not through the filter of desire or illusion. Their will aligns with the cosmic law, not for personal gain. This is why the Uranus doesn't face upward anymore, it faces forward. Serpent no longer climbs the spinal column, it commands. The mark on the forehead is the signal that the inner war is over. The beast is no longer an enemy. It has been mastered. And this is why they were seen as fit to rule. Now they rule because they are no longer ruled. If this transmission activated something within you, please do consider sharing the video, commenting, or perhaps subscribing to the channel, because there's much more and we are remembering together. If you enjoy my videos and would like to support my work, please do consider joining my Patreon space, in which I will put more videos, more practices on, and be able to spend time answering people's questions about anything that I speak about in a much more personal one-on-one space. As always, thank you so much for tuning into this video today. I'm wishing you a beautiful day, evening, or night, wherever you are on this floating rock.